Hey everybody, today wanted to talk a little bit about a financing option that is available to you regardless if you sell Goodman, Amana, Daikin. You can sell any brand with this financing, but it's a nice tool. It's a completely paperless financing option, and that's all the way from the dealer application to the customer's application when you're trying to get someone approved for financing. Very competitive rates as far as for the homeowner, and also competitive rates for the dealer. A robust offering as well, so there's plenty of different loans to choose from, and we'll get into a little bit of detail on that. We'll talk about where to enroll as a dealer. We'll go over the rate sheet and some of the different loans that are available to your homeowners. And then lastly, we'll go over the app, the mobile app that is available on Apple devices or Android. And we'll look at that on how the homeowner fills that out. Also too, with this financing, they can put a link on your website. So if you want to drive people to your website to fill out the application prior to going out to the home to see if they're approved, that's a possibility as well. So first, we're going to go and talk about where to enroll as a dealer. So to get to the dealer enrollment application, what we're going to do is go to amana.egia.org. I'll pull up the link on the video here so you can see it. And when you're there, this is the Amana Financing Clearinghouse. The reason why this has an Amana brand tag with it is because Amana has partnered with Enerbank to give a really nice promotion for the people who are selling Amana. We can get into what that promotion is a little bit later in the video. But for now, just want to show you how to actually get to the enrollment application. So you go to amana.egia.org. What you'll do is you'll scroll down and you'll see new business, medium business, large business. If you just click on medium business, it'll pull up some of the financing options that are available through this clearinghouse. To note, all of these companies are under the EGIA umbrella. You can see Green Sky there. Foundation is a second look financing option. But for now, we're going to talk about the Enerbank, and we're just going to click on more info. And what that does, that brings us to the page where you're able to get to the dealer enrollment application. So when you get here, what you're going to do is just click on the enrollment application. And that'll bring you to this page. This page now, you need to register. Now, you may already be registered if you're selling or if you're using Green Sky or even Red Brick is one of the financing companies that's under the EGIA umbrella. So you may already be a user. If you are, you can log in with your username and password. If you need to register, obviously you do that on the right side. When you get in there, it's basic business information. They're going to want to know how long you've been in business. What are your yearly gross sales? Have you used financing before? Are you familiar with financing? Are you familiar with using financing creatively? There's some questions that they'll ask you. But once you submit that dealer application, it'll get into Enerbank, and they will then start communicating with you via email for any additional information, such as checking and routing numbers where you want your money to go, and things of that nature. So that's how you get to the enrollment application. When we go back, you'll also see a rate sheet link. So we'll click on that. Now, the rate sheet is pretty robust. There's a lot of different loans that are available, as you can see here. Same as cash, there's zero interest loans, and then there's reduced interest loans. A best practice that I've learned through my experience dealing with contractors is you don't want to overwhelm your homeowners with too many loan options. So as a best practice, most contractors like to select 3 to 4 maximum as far as what they're going to use. The reason being for that is you don't want to overwhelm the customer, but also your salespeople will get familiar on what loans they can use. There's also things we can do to get creative with financing. We can go into a little bit of detail on that as far as offering certain loans for certain equipment. That's a nice way to upsell and sell a higher ticket. And we can go into a little bit of detail on that a little bit later. But for now, just wanted to show you the rate sheet and some of the loans that are available. You can see right at the top here, these traditional installment loans. These are based on credit score, so anywhere from 8.9% all the way up to 15%. Something important to note here is that with Enerbank, we're looking for a 680 credit score or higher, and that will give you an instant approval. If they've got a 680 credit score or higher, they will get approved right away. Anything below that, they're going to want to take a look at. But you can see with these traditional loans, there is zero contractor fee, so this is not costing you anything to offer this. So a lot of dealers may put one of these in there, whether it's a 5-year term or a 7-year term. Also, something to note, there are mins and maxes as far as the loan amount, as you can see on the right column. Obviously, the more extended terms of the loan comes with a higher minimum. So if you're at a 10-year loan, the job has to be a minimum of $7,500. If you're at a 12-year loan, obviously, it gets a little bit higher, minimum of 10. So keep that in mind when you're offering. Also, something that contractors definitely have on their financing offering is a 12-month no payment, same as cash loan. This is great for those people who actually have the money, but they don't want to come out of pocket right now. This comes with a 6.52% contractor fee, but you can see that minimum is only $1,000. So even on a repair, you can use this. If you're doing service that maybe requires, $1,500 or whatever the case may be, homeowners are able to finance that as well. So keep that in mind. So these 12-month no-nos is what we call them, are great to have for your offering. For those customers who have the money, maybe they're waiting on a tax return or a bonus from their job, whatever the case may be, they don't want to come out of pocket right now, but you're able to get the job going at no cost to the customer right off the bat. Most times customers will pay this off within that 12-month period. So definitely something to consider when you're offering financing is a 12-month no payment, same as cash option. As you look down here, you'll see the zero interest loans. We tend to stay away from these as contractors because you can see those contractor fees are pretty high. No one wants to add that much cost into their job. That can price you out of a job. So not a lot of contractors use the zero interest loans. However, most do offer a reduced interest loan. And if you look down here at some of the highlighted ones, you can see the homeowner fee is 6.99%, so 7% to the homeowner. Not that bad when you're talking about a home improvement option. So, and you look at the dealer fees as well, they're pretty competitive with everything else that you see out there. You got that 5-year loan at 5.8%, the 7-year loan at 7%. That is probably the most popular one that I see contractors using, is that 6.99% to the homeowner over 7 years. And it has a 1.51% payment factor. So that keeps their monthly payment pretty low. And you're only getting charged that 7% dealer fee. Not too bad. So something to consider there. And then when you scroll down, you'll see on the left there, the 9.9s. Those are really competitive. I mean, that's typically what homeowners will expect to pay on finance charges as far as doing a home improvement. And you can see that the dealer fees are pretty low. On a 5-year, 3.9, 7-year, 4.9, 10-year, 5.9. A lot of contractors that I deal with, they use that 10-year loan because it does have a nice monthly payment for the homeowner. So a very low monthly payment is important because most people are buying based on a budget, just like anything else. So it's good to have a few options in there, not too much to overwhelm them. Again, you've got the option here to do a traditional loan, no fee to you, based on their credit score, a 12-month no payment, no interest. And then you could pick from, some of the reduced interest, so the 6.9% and then down to the 9.9% to the homeowner with a pretty fair and competitive contractor fee. So just wanted to go a little bit over the rate sheet with you. Next, we'll go into the Enerbank mobile app and we'll go through the application process. So here we are. This is the app. I wanted to give you a view of what it actually looks like when you go to download it from the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. You'll see that EB on the bottom, second from the left. That's the Enerbank app, so that's what you'll be looking for. So we're just going to go ahead and click on that. And this brings up the Enerbank loan application. Now, as you can see to the left, there's a new loan application. You can start your application there. There's a demo mode. This is nice training for your salespeople and anyone else who will be using the financing to go through and see how the application process works for the homeowner. We'll go into that a little bit later. A nice tool that I like to use, and I think it's helpful for your for your salespeople, is that payment calculator. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit that payment calculator. And this will give the salesperson a good way, instead of going through the whole process with the homeowner, they can go here and get a good idea on what the monthly payment will be. So what we can do is we can just go ahead and hit loan amount. Let's just say, for instance, it was $7,500. You punch in your interest rate. So let's say, for instance, they decided to do the 9.99%. So we'll go 9.99. We'll do the term. Let's say they broke it out over a 10-year term. And then we'll just click here. And it may be a little bit hard to see there, but you can see on the bottom, the estimated monthly payment is $99 a month. So at a $7,500 job, using that 9.99% 10-year loan for the homeowner, they're going to be looking at just about $99 per month. So it's a nice, easy way to get a good idea on what a project may cost. And homeowners are always want to know exactly where they may be. So instead of going through the whole process, you can go to the payment calculator. So a nice tool for salespeople. Next, I want to show you the actual loan process. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the demo mode. And I got to hit in a password here. So this is the actual application, and we're going to show you how very easy this is. So as you can see here, you're looking at the owner residence. Is it an owner? What type of property is it? It's a single family. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit next. The loan code. So whatever loan you choose, there is a loan code that goes along with that. That's where you're going to punch in the code, and then we'll hit next. And here is where you're going to start entering some of the information in. So you're going to put in the estimated project cost, so whatever the job may be. In this case, it's $15,000. The project type, it's for a remodel, okay? We hit next. So this will tell you now that the project is eligible. And please hand the iPad or the iPhone or whatever device you're using with the homeowner. Let's hand it to the homeowner now. So we hit OK. And it'll tell them, hey, look, you're applying for, in this case, it's a 6.997-year loan in the amount of $15,000 for a remodel. Do you want to proceed? Yes, the homeowner will proceed. And then this is where they're going to put in their information. Pretty simple. You notice that they do have that scan license button there. So instead of typing in all the information, they can scan the barcode on the back of the license, and this app will bring in all that information for them. So a nice little feature to make things quick. And that's what we want when we're in the home. So will you have a co-applicant, the primary applicant info, the last name, date of birth, social security number, obviously. And there's a nice little feature here that says show the social security number or hide it. So customers like that, you know, they don't want to actually have their social security number floating out there. So that's a nice little feature to be able to hide the social security number. Your preferred number, your work phone number, and then the email at the bottom there, very important for the email, and we'll go into detail why. Here's the mailing address, basic information, what's their mortgage payment, and then any annual income. You want to throw as much money as they're earning as a household in there, obviously, for the best bet of getting approved. And then is the installation address the same as the mailing address? They'll know that. So we're going to review and submit. So here we're looking at a 6.99% 7-year loan for $15,000. There's their personal information. What they're doing here, if you see there, the loan documents, electronic delivery, that's important because everything with Enerbank is paperless. There's not one piece of paper that ever gets printed out or signed unless they have to. If you're dealing with maybe some elderly homeowners who aren't savvy with tech and they want to do this over the phone, that's a possibility as well. But for the most part, everything is electronic. So if they're ready to apply, you'll see in the bottom here, we'll hit I agree, and then we'll submit. And then that's how quick. Congratulations, your loan has been approved. It'll tell you the app status, the application number, the loan type, and then it's going to give you your estimated monthly payments. In this case, it was $154 at a 6.99% fixed over 144 months. And then we just go ahead and we close it out. You're all done. And then it'll send an email to the homeowner within a few minutes. They're able to e-sign that loan via the computer, and then that gets sent back to Enerbank, and then Enerbank will actually send them back the loan that has their signature on it for their records. You'll get paid within 48 hours of completion of the job, and that'll get direct deposited into any account that you like. So we're going to go over just a few more details, and then we'll wrap this training up. So that was the information on the app. And you can see how really easy that is to use for getting quick approvals in the house. We went over the dealer application, where to enroll. So when you do enroll, you'll get a welcome email. And then, like I said before, you'll go back and forth with Enerbank as far as getting you set up. Once you are set up, it only takes about a day for you to be able to use this financing. And then we went over the rate sheet, some of the rates and different loans that are available. Again, a lot of homeowners like to have a 12-month no payment, same as cash type of loan. And then you have your reduced interest loans and maybe even a zero contractor fee loan for you that you can put in there. And then lastly, we went over the app, the mobile app, which is a great tool. Remember, everything here is completely paperless. So there's not one piece of paper that you need to deal with, which makes things really easy and simple. Something to note with Enerbank, as I talked about briefly in the opening, Amana has partnered with Enerbank to offer a pretty nice feature for using this financing if you're going to sell the Amana product. Any job that you finance with Enerbank that has an Amana piece of equipment on it is eligible for what they call a 3% buy down. So what that necessarily means is, say for instance, you have a $10,000 job and you have a piece of Amana equipment on that finance job. Enerbank will pay you a 3% buy down off the total job cost as a direct cash payment rebate. So if you had a $10,000 job and you had an Amana condenser on that loan, you're going to get $300 back in a rebate cash. So that helps subsidize some of the contractor fee cost, or you could look at it another way. If, say, for instance, you had $10,000, you had a $10,000 job, let's just say, for instance, roughly 30% of that was your equipment cost. So let's just say $3,000 was the cost of your materials for that job. If you got that 3% buy down, which is $300, you essentially just saved 10% on your material. So you could look at it that way as well. But it's however you want to use it. It is a rebate that comes back to you when you do sell the Amana product with this Enerbank financing. There's a lot more stuff we can talk about on this, but wanted to keep this kind of short and sweet for you. If there's any questions, obviously you know you can reach out to me via phone, email, whatever the case may be. And when things get back to normal, I'd be happy to come out and we can go into a little bit more detail on this and get you guys going. So thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed the video and have a great day.